Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be carrying on with Urban Myth Dissolution Center. So we just finished our fourth case. It was kind of almost like a Pandora's box type situation, wasn't it? But let's find out what our penultimate case, number 5, is all about. Episode 5, Shadow of Guilt. Sounds intriguing. The Illuminate cards, each with a prophecy. Each of the cases so far had a card at the site in some way. I somehow had one myself. Ayaka-san had the first, Kineka-san the second. The third one, Mr. Gas Mask, I think. The fourth card was in the cursed box we brought back from Miyazaki-san's. You heard about Mr. Gas Mask, but it's rumored that all of them have gone missing now. Oh, really? If the rumors are true, it warrants the card's reputation for bringing misfortune. I hope everyone's all right. Director, these cards... The background art seems connected. Good eye, Miss Azami. It's time to think about what these cards mean and how they come together. Apologies for the delay. Anything new? Still assessing the information I found at the closet. This series of cases involving the Illuminate cards may be part of some bigger plan. You suppose your partner and her devastation and judgment cards are part of it? Yeah, I suspect so. Still don't quite know what Jasmine's role in all this is. The design on this devastation and judgment card. The Angel Monument at the site of the Tenchu incident. Mr. Gaspar's card shows the same thing. Also a stairway, a lock, chains, a key, a watchful eye. They're all shown. The eye in the darkness has chains. Reflection of Death shows a key. Permeating Blight shows a lock. So among the motifs shown in Devastation and Judgment, the only one remaining is the other key. What happens when we have a full set? The Illuminate card with the key. It's likely we will come across it during this upcoming case. So there's a request coming in? Indeed. The request is from the CEO of a tech company. He was robbed of something important and wants us to recover it. Whatever these cards may mean, perhaps the case will bring us closer to the truth. The Illuminate card's prophecies are coming full circle. We should watch what the Zimmers are up to. If something happens to you and your partner... it's all part of the job. I didn't think you'd care so much. Commissioner Tomiri... Oh. I'll have you know, I care as much as you do. Mysterious. Many international conferences and ceremonies this month, leading to a higher number of global VIPs visiting Japan. Security Director Kurosawa of the National Police Agency stated that the police were on high alert in light of the rumored terrorist attacks. Busy world. Jasmine? Isn't this request kind of strange? He was robbed of something important, wants us to recover it. Each one is strange, but this one's different. Why haven't they called the police anyway? That's right. If they know something was stolen, the police will listen to them. Should have better odds than having us look for it. Smells of special circumstances. Thus the need for discretion. Is this Mr. CEO secretly up to no good? In that case, Inspector Fukurai, your mission is to assess the client's reputation and related rumors. Understood. I'll start doing some social media research. If I remember right, UTech Priority CEO was Kurosawa someone. You know him, Jasmine? Ah, no, just happens to see him mentioned. Might have been a news article somewhere. Kurosawa, checking the reference doc. Yuya Kurosawa, CEO UTech Priority. So, Mr. Big Time's asking for our help. Kinda fishy, eh? He must be on the top floor of a skyscraper. I'm sweating already. Can't hurt to check for rumours of shady biz or bad rep. Oh, you're right. Checking right now. So what do we got? This is the UTech Priorities official account. UTech is a company that provides IT support to Japanese companies. Let's just have a normal read of this. Tech company. Wow, it's a corporate account without gimmicks. There's quite a following. All right, let's look at the. Let's get the wobbly words entered into our search. All right. So what else do we have? Significant profit growth, maybe? UTP for UTech Priority, I guess. Is that impressive? I can't say I'm the best person to ask, but I guess so. This company's doing well. It went public 3 years after it was started. The CEO seems a bit shallow, but the company itself has a solid reputation. Went public in 3 years, that means they're doing really well. I wouldn't know how to explain it right, so I'll just say they're doing super well. Headquarters is in Toranomon, which means we're about to go in. You're that nervous? Company has strong ties with government agencies and large corporations. Government agencies? You know, doing work for the country? Alright, so that's a clue. Cool. Working for the government seems like an easy way to earn a lot. Must be tough dealing with government info. It'd be really entertaining front-end engineers from those type of works was to post Kaiba Nichiran here. Don't know what that is. Kaiba? Oh, it is an urban myth that says if you post on your socials, very occasionally it'll get a reply from the dad. Would like to know if you can get these contracts through regular sales techniques. Is it all down to Kurosawa's skills? Maybe more skilled than we think. He's young, probably getting paid a lot more than what his job sounds like. Alright, let's search for his name wobbly words. Alright, so we've got a couple of search terms there and a couple more clues to find. So why don't we try just UTech? Let's do it with his name. Exclusive interview with UTech Priorities Yuya Kurosawa. His unbelievable climb to the top. I understand my path only because I took a detour. Kurosawa-san seems so young, but he's already a CEO. Isn't that true for most CEOs in tech, though? Assets of 700 million yen. Wow, can't believe that Yu is now a tech company CEO. Assets of 700 million? He doesn't ever have to work again. You see this all the time. Playboys in their 20s suddenly put together in their 30s. Really? Around 30 is when you learn that life is easier if you take it seriously. Born into affluence. Like rich since childhood. Since he's successfully running a business, I wouldn't say he's totally ignorant. Born rich. Person who inherit... Well, let's just read everything, because sometimes it's a bit... You never quite know which one's actually going to be a clue. Like this one. The previous one didn't, but that one did give us the clue. I passed Yuya Kurosawa on the street yesterday. He had on big sunglasses and a flashy outfit. Thought he was a celeb or something. But he didn't look that arrogant. Seemed nice, actually. Big sunglasses. Guess that's standard CEO attire? Depends on the person. I saw him last week too. He wasn't particularly charismatic or anything. Really plain like any other dude on the street. I was going to say hi, but he glared at me. Glaring at people who want to say hi. Do you think Kurosawa-san is a scary person? Depends on the time and place. Everyone has off moments. La la la. He could write an autobiography about this huge success story. Sounds like he's worked hard. So there's our last clue. So he is a success story. Good. All right. Let's just complete this. Kurosawa-san sounds like an impressive person. Why would such a big name CEO come to us for help? I wonder what happened to him. I've only heard people talk about him as if they saw some celeb in town. Haven't heard of any real issues yet. Unlike with Miyazaki-san, his company seems to have a good reputation. All that's left is to talk to the man himself. Oh, all that's left is to talk to the man himself. Good luck, Azami. Looks like it's that building there. Jasmine, isn't that an actual skyscraper? You know it. CEO must be holed up in his penthouse. So I should just tell the reception lady that we have an appointment? Yep. Also try to relax a bit. Understood. Don't know why she said it like that. Nerves, I suppose. Hello, excuse me. We have an appointment today. We're from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center. You're from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center? Yes, that's right. We were expecting you. This way, please. Mr. Kurosawa, they have arrived.
Ah, hello. Yuya Kurosawa, CEO of UTech Priority Co. This is my secretary, Miss,
Kiyomoto.
Apologies. She joined us recently, so I keep forgetting her name.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Azami Fukurai from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center. And this is my colleague, Tamariki. I hope we can help. To start this off, your request involves the recovery of a stolen item?
Yes, about that, Miss...
Kiyomoto.
I'll handle this. You can get back to work.
Understood, sir. Doesn't Kiyomoto-san know what's going on?
No, she's unaware.
Could you describe what was stolen?
I can't mention specifics.
Oh,
Yet I'm sure that an intruder was here, and I am the only one who realized that fact.
What do you mean? Might want to call the police if you had an actual intruder.
Our business involves clients entrusting their data to us, so we'd prefer to keep things under wraps. Also, I was hoping you might assess the situation objectively. What happened 2 days ago was strange enough to warrant that. I heard your team specializes in this kind of investigation.
Strange happening. Sounds like something we can handle.
I'm having the security camera footage analyzed, but that will still take a while. Hearing my account and my secretary should tell you how strange all of this is. If you could kindly get started as soon as possible.
I see. We'll try to do an objective assessment of what happened the day before yesterday.
All right.
Sammy. Yes, Jasmine? Better watch your back with this one. Can't tell us details, hasn't called the cops, both yellow flags as far as cases go. Kurosawa-san is acting a bit strangely. Be careful. Here goes.
Alright, so let's begin.
Maybe we'll talk to the secretary? Excuse me, may I ask you a few questions? Kiyomoto-san, the secretary, right? Yes, I work as the CEO's secretary. He has instructed me to answer you truthfully, as I actually saw things happen. Please ask me anything related to your investigation. Could you tell us about 2 days ago? Did something happen? You mentioned 2 days ago, but nothing happened in particular. The CEO asked me to, but I have no idea what this is about. I see. Could you kindly tell me what you saw? Very well. That day, our CEO had a meeting at a client, so I saw him off. And he returned a while later. I see, and then? Well, I greeted him when he came back, and everything afterwards was as normal as could be. So I haven't noticed anything. I see, thank you. It's a bit sus, isn't it? Alright, I've got a security camera. A security camera, likely the one Kurosawa-san mentioned. The intruder made it in regardless. CEO's desk. This chair must cost a fortune. Need to be careful with a CEO's desk. Oh, what's this? An Illumina card. Wait, no, is this case part of the prophecy too?
Hey, that card is of high value. Please leave it where it is.
But Kurosawa-san, isn't this...
Is it involved in some way in your ongoing investigation?
Well, not quite.
Well then, please return it to where it was and continue investigating.
I will, sorry. Over here? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's put our glasses on. Oh, hello. Is this Shadow Kurosawa-san? But it's weird, I feel this shadow is looking at me, or am I overthinking this? This shadow, is it Kurosawa-san? Maybe it's the intruder, how do I tell them apart? Looks like they're touching the desk drawers. Wait, is it me or is this shadow looking this way? Or not? This shadow is rummaging through the drawers and taking something out. It's holding something, but I can't make out what it is. Maybe we should examine the desk itself. Yeah, okay, I'll do that in a sec. Let's just continue our walkthrough with the glasses on. But that looks pretty much like everything. Let's have a look at this. There's some kind of mechanism on the door. Is this the lock? It said something was stolen, but this room looks hard to break into. Maybe I should ask the secretary. Okay, so we'll ask her about that. Kiyomoto-san, could you spare a moment? Yes, what do you need? Do you need a key to enter this room? Yes, a security card. Do all members of your staff have a security card? Yes, all employees have one. That being said, as we handle critical data for other companies, even I am prohibited from entering the CEO room while he's absent. Anything else on the security? Okay, so let's talk to the dude again, I guess. Or should we? No, let's look in the desk drawer first. The shadow was taking something out of the desk drawer. In the top drawer, I think. Is anything taken from this drawer? I should check with Kurosawa-san. Okay, let's have a chat with him.
Reintroducing myself, Yuya Kurosawa, CEO of UTech Priority Co. Please ask my secretary for anything she knows about what happened 2 days ago.
Understood. Kurosawa-san, could I ask you what happened 2 days ago?
What I can tell you right now is that something precious was stolen. The rest I'll disclose once you've talked to my secretary.
Oh. Kiyomoto-san didn't seem to know anything. What if there are any traces nearby that might provide a lead? Well, I've done that. Top drawer. Was anything stolen from the top drawer of your desk?
Top drawer? Why, the desk drawer specifically? I haven't told you anything yet.
Oh, of course, this is hard to explain, but I have this ability called clairvoyance, which is why I'm here as an investigator. Not that you'd believe me or anything, sorry.
Interesting.
Yes, you believe me?
Yes, I find it very intriguing, and I feel you might be very useful for the case at hand.
Useful?
I'll check what might have been taken from my desk. Kindly recheck with my secretary, too.
With Kiyomoto-san? Okay, I guess. What's going on with this check everything with the secretary, who apparently doesn't know anything? Kiyomoto-san, could you spare a moment? Yes, what do you need? 2 days ago, did Kurosawa-san take anything out of the CEO office? Now that you mention it, I think he was carrying a red, card-like object when he left. A red card-like object? Not a security card. Those are very different. I wouldn't mistake one for the other. I'm not aware of what it was. But I do recall the CEO being very careful in handling it. Oh, thank you. Noted. I'll check with Kurosawa-san as well. If something's missing, then there really was an intruder. This might be an awkward question. Was there anything strange about your CEO 2 days ago? Anything strange? I don't think so. Did you speak with the CEO about anything? No, nothing in particular. I agreed to the CEO, but he just gave me a light nod, as he normally does. I see. Also, this might sound strange, but there was one thing I found puzzling. I mentioned he was carrying something when he left. But to be precise, one moment he was taking out that red object, and the next moment he was gone. Oh, gone. Didn't he just leave while you were looking away? He opened the door of this CEO office and disappeared in the very next moment. Oh, I see. She seems like a serious person, so I don't think she'd make it up.
That's very odd.
Ah, okay. May I ask you something?
Certainly.
Kurosawa-san, I heard that 2 days ago you took out something from the top drawer of your desk. Do you remember what it was?
Thing is, 2 days ago I didn't come back here after the client visit.
Huh?
So it's impossible for me to have taken something away.
But if so, why would Kiyomoto-san?
What was your impression of her? Do you think she was telling the truth? This is the strange incident that I mentioned.
Oh, is Kuro-san suspecting Kiyomoto-san? Kiyomoto-san mentioned that you suddenly disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
She said you disappeared after taking the object from the desk. She's bringing this up voluntarily. I don't think she was merely looking away.
I see. To be honest, I don't think her account is trustworthy. Could you please double check with my secretary just to make sure?
Okay. One more time. If something was stolen, the police should give you their attention. Will you be contacting them?
The thing that was stolen the other day. It's actually something top secret.
Oh, top secret.
It's an important matter that affects our very reputation. I need to ask you to be discreet from here on with your investigation.
I see. Alright, let's do a journal thing. Kurosawa-san is the CEO of a tech company. He says something was stolen. What was it? A red card-like object. That's it. Isn't he going to tell us what it was? He hasn't called the police either, which is rather suspicious. Presumably the secretary is... Okay, maybe we talk to her again and then we'll do it. Kiyomoto-san, could you spare a moment? Yes, what do you need? Question, 2 days ago you were in this room with Kurosawa-san, correct? Well, yes, for maybe just an hour or so. Was there anything about his clothes, hair, or even face that struck you as unusual? No, it was the CEO I know. And so he took a red card-like object from the drawer and left with it? Yes, that's right. Is there something wrong? Well, Kurosawa-san says that he hasn't taken away that red object. Oh, was that the important item that our CEO mentioned? Seems that way. And still, he did take it out of his desk while I was watching. Okay, so let's add the secretary to our notes. When was it that she had trouble remembering her... Oh, Kurosawa-san had trouble remembering her name. When was it she joined the company? I don't remember. I don't remember that part of the conversation. I mean, it seems like that was probably quite early on, so I don't even know if the log would be that helpful. A year ago? Okay. Recently, then. Yes, recently. That must be why he couldn't remember her name. Maybe there's a lot of people coming and going here. Just a guess, though. Okay. And then we've got a bit of an early theory to put together. I talked to Kiyomoto-san, the secretary, as Kurosawa-san asked me to. For her, 2 days ago was just a regular day. But actually, something was missing, even though Kurosawa-san hadn't come back to his office.
Strange circumstances indeed.
Did she misjudge what she saw? Did the CEO simply forget what he did?
If something is missing, there must have been an intruder in some way.
I wonder why their stories are so different. Maybe the intruder was disguised so that they would look like Kurosawa-san. Maybe the intruder was disguised. Kiyomoto-san's story about the missing item was accurate, so whoever it was that seemed to be Kurosawa-san must have actually been here. But if so, did they look so alike that you could mistake them? I need to learn more about the intruder. Kurosawa-san mentioned he's having the security camera footage analysed. Maybe they've heard back. I should check with Kiyomoto-san. Alright, let's do that. Kiyomoto-san, could you spare a moment? Yes, what do you need? About the security camera you have there. Is the footage available for checking? Our General Affairs team who handles the cameras sent us images just a while ago. Here they are. Oh, thank you very much. Who does this look like to you? Well, it's our CEO, for sure. Looks like it. I'll check with Kurosawa-san himself. May I ask you something?
Certainly.
I asked Kiyomoto-san for this image from your security camera there. This is you, isn't it, Kurosawa-san?
Wow, he does look like me. I wouldn't blame anyone for mistaking him for myself.
Could it be that you've simply forgotten about coming back here 2 days ago?
That isn't possible. My client counterpart can attest to that. And there is something actually missing from this room.
But this is clearly you yourself.
I'm as surprised as you are.
Good going. Jasmine, I think I've picked up what I can here. So how's that CEO then? Something does feel off. He won't tell us about what was stolen. And he showed interest in my clairvoyance. What's he up to? Definitely seems like he's hiding something. Yeah. It's from the director.
How is it going? It seems you're done with your initial investigation.
Yes, but it's kind of complicated.
A lot of uncertainties, aren't there?
Huh? Oh, yes, exactly. Kurosawa-san himself is one thing, and the clairvoyance shadows in the office felt different somehow.
I see.
Also, I saw an Illumine card. Kurosawa-san had one.
We can worry about that later. Looking forward to your full report. Let us begin then.
Oh, we're going to identify the urban myth, I suppose. I mean, we haven't learned a huge amount, I don't think, but... like a doppelganger thing.
Locating a stolen item and recovering it if possible. The request for this case is rather unusual, considering our usual fare. And yet, it seems this case was made for us.
First I thought it was just a burglary, but with the Illumine card showing up, something strange must be going on.
We cannot leave this case unexplained. Let us begin the identification. Now, let us start by laying out what has been happening. Mr. Kurosawa experienced something strange. He asked you to speak with Miss Kiyomoto, his secretary, to make sense of what was going on.
That's right, so we asked Kiyomoto-san about what happened 2 days ago.
So, Miss Azami.
Yes?
What were the strange circumstances that Miss Kiyomoto described?
Kurosawa-san appeared, but wasn't supposed to. Kiyomoto-san was in the same room for a while. Didn't notice anything unusual.
So the intruder entered the CEO's office as if they were the CEO himself, behaving very naturally. The intruder's presence was natural enough that anyone might suspect the CEO of misremembering his own actions. Moving on. The Mr. Kurosawa imposter came to the CEO's office as if they were the CEO himself. The secretary, Miss Kiyomoto, was the only one who saw him. Her account of that day included an important characteristic of this intruding entity. So, Miss Azami, what kind of interaction was there between Miss Kiyomoto and Mr. Kurosawa's imposter? Between the time the imposter arrived at the CEO's office and until he left?
Non-verbal greetings. It was just a nod of the head, wasn't it? I believe she mentioned the CEO gave her a light nod, but they didn't speak. That's what they usually do, so she didn't find it strange.
Precisely. Miss Kiyomoto did not converse with Mr. Kurosawa's imposter. If they'd had any form of conversation, this would have turned out differently. My final question. Was Miss Kiyomoto unaware that Kurosawa-san had appeared?
No. She was aware and even greeted him.
Indeed. Furthermore, they were in the same room for an hour or so. But Miss Kiyomoto never doubted the imposter. And yet a client can prove that Kurosawa-san wasn't actually there. So, Miss Azami.
Yes?
What kind of entity is this imposter then who showed up at the CEO's office?
An entity almost identical. A tangible entity with an appearance practically identical to Kurosawa-san. Maybe a clone or some kind of copy.
The security camera footage confirms that the imposter's appearance is almost identical, and yet Mr. Kurosawa himself can prove that he was somewhere else at the time. It's as if there was another Mr. Kurosawa in existence. They did not converse, and yet the security camera footage shows the person existing in two places at once. There is one urban myth that matches these parameters.
I said doppelganger, didn't I? Yeah, it literally is a doppelganger. Cool. A doppelganger?
A duplicate of yourself that exists in this same world, with no indication of since when or why they exist. Only the person themselves would be able to identify the imposter. The terrifying aspect of this anomaly is that if you ever meet your doppelganger, you will die.
You'll die?
We should warn Mr. Kurosawa-san to be very careful, until he recovers what was taken.
I didn't know the doppelganger was such a scary urban myth.
That reminds me, the same Mr. Kurosawa sent us an additional request. I will handle it personally. You may not be able to reach me for a while. But no need to worry. I leave the on-site investigation in your capable hands.
But director, what happened? The director won't be in contact with us for a while. Will we be okay on our own? Hasn't had much to worry about. Without the phone calls, it'll still just be the usual. Well, you're right, maybe we'll be okay.
You, home at last.
Sir?
What is it?
Oh, I thought you'd come home just a few minutes ago.
No, I just got home, obviously. What? Ugh. Ah!
Today's menu, we go check Kurosawa's place. And it seems he ran into his doppelganger. When he called, he was so worked up. I saw it. It was in my room. It ran away and so on. I wonder if he's okay. Well, he did call us himself and he seems safe for now. Though we should wait on mentioning the supposed debt if he made your doppelganger thing. He was at least well enough to have called us. How about a boss man? Business done yet? I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. Maybe your first solo dissolution's coming up. No way, I'm not good enough for that. Ah, well, we'll figure it out. I'll look into the doppelganger rumors. Is there anything else you'd like me to look up? My little investigator Azami's growing up so fast. Oh, you think so? Can you add Zimmers to your research list? There have been a lot of incidents related to them lately. But are there any connections between Kurosawa-san and Zimmers? Haven't you heard? The Zimmers hate Kurosawa with a passion. Not really a big deal if it's just people's opinions, but Kurosawa haters are getting bolder. Understood. I'll look for rumors on the doppelganger myth and Kurosawa haters. What have we got? Utek's dark secret. Someone that young taking a company public in just 3 years. According to our sources, he abused his privilege to get there. Let's have a look. Dark secret? Is it really impossible for a company to go public in 3 years? Nah, it's not impossible, just really, really rare. No wobbly words there. He got to where he is due to family, but he's out here lecturing us about hard work. What an ignorant guy. Anyway. All these haters, do you think they're Zimmers? That's the thing with Zimmers, you really don't know. They seem like a group, but also go solo. I wish there was some way to tell. But if your family has a lot of money, can't you just use it however you want? Guess you'd think so if you have that kind of opportunity. People like that also tend to go for attention. Calling it hard work distorts the world's sense of values. Return this distorted world back to its original state. GR, that's got to be Great Reset, right? Distorts values? Are they distorted? Our value's even fixed to begin with. This GR again, what does it even mean?
Being the CEO of a huge company at his age is unreal. Talk about New Life Plus. Maybe he's an invader from outer space.
True, how many times would I have to be reborn to get to live at the top of such a fancy building? If you actually tried, you might get there pretty quick.
He's saying the Kurosawa we see might be a doppelganger. A little too high profile for antics like that, isn't he?
The Kurosawa we're going to see now is the real one, right? I sure hope so.
There are plenty of urban myths about meeting your doppelganger too. I'll click on this and then we'll do the wobbly words.
Are they really? Experiences like that probably hit closer to home than your average urban myth. This one stands out for me.
Alright, let's do wobbly words. Alright. So is that our only keyword? I guess it is. Speaking of meeting your doppelganger, my friend accused me of walking around with a girl hanging off my arm yesterday. Maybe my doppelganger got a girlfriend before I did, lol.
A doppelganger can get a girlfriend?
Anything you can do, your doppelganger can do. Are there lots of celebrity doppelgangers? I bet they're just blaming it on a doppelganger when they get caught, lol. Is that so?
Yeah, it makes sense they'd blame it on a doppelganger.
Tsutomu Kisaragi said that the doppelganger hallucination theory is when you're seeing a hallucination of yourself. While theoretically it could all be in your head, you could be seeing your older self or a living spirit.
Hallucination of your future self? What kind of urban myth is that? Wait, they said Tsutomu Kisaragi. Right, he did write books on urban myths. Fans would have their eyes on this topic.
Alright, let's do our wobbly word collection. I've seen a friend's doppelganger before. We talked and they were totally alike, but when I talked to my friend later on, I heard they were overseas at that time, so we couldn't have met.
Meet someone in a place they couldn't have met? That sure sounds like a doppelganger. If that's real.
In urban myths, it's said that doppelgangers can't talk to other people, or they can only appear in places related to the original person.
The director mentioned that trait. Doppelgangers can't talk to others. If it's someone who's antisocial and not talkative, it'd be hard to tell them apart.
I saw my younger self at my family's house in the countryside. Is that also a kind of doppelganger?
If it really was their younger self.
Aren't there a bunch of stories about getting home to find your doppelganger already there? It's terrifying.
It's really terrifying, getting home to find yourself there. Guess that's a classic kind of doppelganger.
A lot of historical figures have met their doppelganger before. President Lincoln, Ryunosuke Akutagawa, and so on.
President Lincoln with the beard. The one with that beard on his face, right? You know him from the beard.
A lot of people met the doppelgangers, but aren't they all dead? You die if you do, right?
Do you really die when you meet one? I heard you get cursed with bad luck. Getting cursed with bad luck, dying if you meet them twice. I mean, which theory is most likely?
Okay, so let's do another search then. We've got the theory. According to the doppelganger hallucination theory, it's not meeting your doppelganger that causes death. You see a hallucination of yourself because you're close to death.
So it's the opposite. You see a doppelganger when you're already about to die? So a doppelganger is a shinigami? Can't really call those the same thing.
I hear even seeing someone else's doppelganger can cost you your life. Someone else's doppelganger?
No way, you can die from seeing someone else's doppelganger? Take a breath, go and find some more about this rumour.
Alright, well let's get the wobbly words. I thought it was the shock of seeing your doppelganger that killed you, lol, but dying just from seeing someone else's.
Death by shock? I guess it could shock you to death. But would it really shock you to that extent?
I heard a doppelganger is a spirit or soul that escaped from their body, and if you see one, it means the host body is without its soul and will eventually die, or something like that. Soul, doppelganger, host body, what?
That's a tough one.
You can't make fun of the concept since there were people with brain tumours who died after saying they saw their doppelganger.
What? That sounds like a scientific cause. Plan if Trey.
Brain tumour showing you hallucinations of yourself. The idea gives me shivers.
Definitely a possibility.
There is also the possibility that the doppelgangers kill their original selves to replace them, but in that case, from the outside, it just seems like the original person's personality changed.
Getting their original to take their place, that's way too scary. Now we're into the horror movie stuff.
Oops, sorry, I clicked that again. Instead of moving down.
So isn't a straw man kind of like a doppelganger? If the real person is in the way, they get rid of them and put a straw man in their place. A certain prime minister was just a straw man. Source, Master Kisaragi. Straw man prime minister, really? Here come the conspiracy theories. They say Kisaragi said it. Must be a fan. Our prophet, Satomu Kisaragi, is not just a visionary. He holds the power to see the future. Society's on the brink of revolution. GR. Okay, well, let's get the wobbly words off that one. According to the doppelganger time warp theory, meeting a doppelganger results in a time paradox that causes death. Time warp? When two of the same person are in the same place on the same timeline causing a paradox, do they think reality is some sci-fi movie? In the world simulator hypothesis, a doppelganger is a bug in the system. If you run into one, then a bug occurs and you die, get it? What is the world simulator hypothesis? Your guess is as good as mine. I guess it's like the Matrix, that the world is a simulation, right? How interesting that every doppelganger death theory has its own reasoning behind it. Each one seems realistic in its own way. Scary. They do seem strangely realistic in their own way. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Okay, so we did get a clue for going through everything. I wonder if that might happen. So, what if we do these two search terms together? No. Okay, well, let's take that off and just look for the profit one. The GR, our prophet Satomu Kisaragi hoped for, is almost here. They seem to be really excited here. Sounds like a real party for them. GR. Yeep. What is it? Don't keep reading the posts if the posts are creeping you out too much. As someone who's read the Occult Great Reset, I thought Satomu Kisaragi was simply saying that occult otakus will have their chance to shine one day. Really? Have you read it, Jasmine? Well, I have. You should read it again. You can't just stand there and wait for change to happen. You have to take the first step towards change yourself. That's how we can change society and then the world. GR. I can't see much without reading it myself, but seeing how many different impressions of the book there are makes me nervous about reading it. Satomu Kisaragi may be abnormally persuasive. Idiots always toss words around like toys. I've been working hard for the GR too, but it's a shame that I'm treated the same as this fool. The GR is something you work for. I thought all they did was read books and rant online. This could be more dangerous than it seems. You seem too intensely invested in this. That book is just about updating your values. What else are you seeing in it? Updating your values? That's the closest to how I read it too. Simply put, that's what it was about. Exactly, updating your values. To do that, first you must destroy your current values. It's that destruction that Satomu Kisaragi sought to carry out. Was there a statement inside that asked you to come up with your own answer or something? I think it was just a bunch of Satomu Kisaragi's own thoughts. Maybe depending on the reader, it resonates differently. I thought his book was about his experience, how he was bashed by people who had a prejudiced view of occult otakus based only on half-truths. Hold on, why is this talking about otakus? I feel like Fujiwara-san said something about that on the occult tour too. Oh, because along with teaching at uni, Satomu Kisaragi was an occult researcher. That's why people thought of him as an otaku. Half-truths, and they were true, lol. Now they're just trying to start a fight. The worse the info, the more attention it gets. It leads to reactions, which leads to a sense of superiority. People have a terrible habit of just focusing on that. This is the short-sighted society that needs to be destroyed, GR. These people saying GR, it's like they're trying to accomplish something. For Satomu Kisaragi, right? Looks to me like they're speaking out in the name of Satomu Kisaragi, who couldn't accomplish his goal by himself. Okay, so there's our final click. I think that's all we can get for now. Went down a Satomu Kisaragi rabbit hole at the end there. Looking into the Zimmers leads to his name showing up a lot. And GR. How was it looking into the doppelganger myth? You get the basic idea? Yeah, I picked up a lot of weird info about them. Almost at Kurosawa's place. I hope he's doing okay. Oh, sorry. I hope he's doing okay. Well, the doppelganger first showed up at the CEO's office, but the secretary was fine. And there were many theories around the doppelganger myth itself. So not too sure if meeting one actually kills you. You're right, yeah. Phew, I'm calming down a bit. I'll do my best with today's investigation. Right, we're in Kurosawa's home now. Hello, Urban Myth Dissolution Center here.
Thanks for coming.
Are you alright, Kurosawa-san? We heard that you're
Yes, the doppelganger. It showed up and I saw it myself. Its eyes were inhuman, but it looked just like me otherwise.
Did it attack you or do anything?
Nothing like that. But it happened very quickly. Before I knew it, the thing had left the house.
Have you called the police?
Oh, well, it's a pretty ridiculous story, so making a fuss would damage my company's reputation. Anyway, kindly check what it was doing at my place. We have a housekeeper, and she saw it too. So please talk to her, and also...
Aika. Aika?
Hey, Yuya, we aren't done talking yet, huh? Who are these chicks? You're bringing over girls in broad daylight?
They're here for business. This is work, so give us a moment.
Are you okay?
She received some messages, supposedly from me, that I have no memory of. The messages asked her various things about my room. I'd appreciate it if you could look into that. Anyway, I'll let you investigate.
Understood. All right.
There we go.
A series of trophies and awards on display. So many of them. Kurosawa-san must be really talented. Prefectural Junior High Kendo Tournament, 10th place. 10th place? High School Speech Contest, Judges Award, Silver Medal. Business Idea Contest, College category, 2nd place. He doesn't win much though, does he? So Kurosawa-san was a high achiever since his school days. Japan Corporate Excellence Award, Information Technology, UTech Priority. Silver Award, 100k subscribers, 5 Society. Gold Award, 1 million subscribers, 5 Society. Incredible. Let's do a search and then we'll talk to people. A photo of Kurosawa-san. Might be one from a while ago. He looks a bit different from now. Some writing on the trophy he's holding. National College Debate Contest, 1st place, Inugami University Debate Club. Wow, winning this is amazing, but also... Inugami? That's my uni! So Kurosawa-san went there too. Why isn't he displaying his 1st place trophy? That's my thought. I mean, maybe I'm just... I don't know, putting too much expectations on him, but... you know, if he had a lot of, like, he had a 10th place trophy, why is he not displaying his 1st place trophy, you know? Mundane everyday trash can. It's pretty packed. Old documents, maybe? What's this? A photo, crumpled and rolled up. Is this the same photo as the one on display? No, it's longer, sideways. Oh wait, this person on the right. Satomo Kisaragi? Why? Why would Kurosawa-san be in a photo with Dr. Kisaragi? I need to ask Kurosawa-san. Okay, that's a cool clue. This computer is huge. It looks like something's been disconnected as well. Lots of glowing lights. Is this one of those gaming rigs? Safe. Takes a Texio to have such a huge safe at home. The doppelganger was after something. This might be it. Alright, so let's do a normally search. Right, so there is a shade there. This shadow, it's different from the usual ones. This must be the doppelganger. Is it trying to do something to the safe? This shadow seems to be looking at me and laughing. Too scary. I should check for traces of the safe being tampered with. Okay, we'll do that. Let's just keep checking this out. This shadow is the doppelganger. It looks different somehow. It's near the computer, but what is it doing? Can't make out exactly what it's doing with its hands. It looks like he's taking something out or away from the computer. I should figure out what could have been around there. Okay. Let's take off the glasses now, because we'll probably want to re-examine those two things. Doppelganger was staring at the safe. Was anything stolen from it? I should check with the housekeeper, Honda-san, whether the doppelganger had anything in its hands. I should also ask Kurosawa-san to check the contents of his safe. I think the doppelganger was fiddling around with this. There's a USB cable dangling there, but nothing connected to it. Yeah. Cool, so let's put the glasses back on to walk back through the house and see if there are any other shadows appear. Yeah. Ooh, okay. That's definitely Kurosawa-san and someone else. I see two shadows. Could they be Kurosawa-san and the doppelganger? So I'm seeing their shadows overlapping from when they came home last night. They really look alike when compared like this. But I can somehow tell which one is the doppelganger. I wonder why. And again, the doppelganger's shadow. It really does seem like it's watching me. It's supposed to just be a trace. How is it doing this? Reminds me, I need to check with the housekeeper about what the god doppelganger did. Alright, let's take that off now. Let's interview the housekeeper. Excuse me, we're from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center. Could I talk to you for a minute?
Urban Myth Dissolution Center?
Feeling kind of nervous.
Ah yes, Mr. Kurosawa mentioned you. If I can be of any help. My name is Honda. I work as a housekeeper here.
May I ask what happened yesterday? Someone who looked just like Kurosawa-san came here.
Someone just like...
She's deep in thought.
It was around 8 o'clock last night. Mr. Kurosawa came home and immediately went to his room. I was preparing his dinner when I heard the entrance open again. I looked out and Mr. Kurosawa was standing there. I think I told him that I thought he'd already come home.
What did Mr. Kurosawa-san do?
He went to his room, and soon after I heard him yelling.
Yelling?
Like, ah, when someone's surprised. Mr. Kurosawa came out of his room immediately afterwards.
And?
And another Mr. Kurosawa followed him out shortly after. And by that time, the first Mr. Kurosawa had disappeared into thin air. I couldn't believe my eyes.
I see. Did you look inside Kurosawa-san's room?
I'm only in charge of cleaning for all the other rooms. I was told that Mr. Kurosawa's room has various things he can't show anyone else. When I first came here as housekeeper, I was told that entering Mr. Kurosawa's room is strictly forbidden.
I see. Honda-san, when did you start working here as a housekeeper? You seem accustomed to this job.
When did I start?
She's really intense. Is it just me?
I've been a housekeeper for a long while, but I started working here recently.
Oh, really?
I am old, but still need to work to pay my bills, you see. I could do with a little raise if you catch my drift. Or would Mr. Kurosawa fire me if he heard this?
She doesn't seem to be kidding at all. So it's another sort of employee of his who joined recently. That could be significant. Just checking. Did you speak in any way with the first Kurosawa-san that came home?
In any way?
As in, did you talk at all?
Just reacted as usual, I believe. I greeted him with a "Welcome home, Mr. Kurosawa," and he gave me a small nod and headed to his room.
So you didn't have a conversation. Understood, thank you. So the first Kurosawa-san probably was the doppelganger. And this one that yelled wasn't the doppelganger. You have an idea of the doppelganger's actions, but what is its goal? Did you notice anything unusual or peculiar about the Kurosawa-san who came home first?
Peculiar?
Yes.
I can't imagine that the first Mr. Kurosawa I saw might be someone else. As far as I could tell, it most certainly was the Mr. Kurosawa I know.
I see, thank you. When the first Kurosawa-san came out, was he holding anything?
Holding anything?
Like a wad of bills or expensive-looking jewelry?
No, I don't remember him carrying anything of the sort. Do you mean Mr. Kurosawa's room has such things in it?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Then again, he wouldn't have that huge safe if he didn't.
Huh?
Is there something wrong?
Well, if she's never been in the room, why does she know about the safe? Good point. She casing the joint. I need notes on the people I met. Honda-san works as a housekeeper at Kurosawa's place. When did she... So she's another one who started working recently, so it seems like that might be a significant detail. I wonder if Kurosawa-san tends to overwork his staff. I mean, it could be that people who've only started working there recently are less inclined to notice any small differences in appearance. That could be significant. I don't know. Right, who's this person? Excuse me, just a moment of your time, please. Aika.
Who the hell are you anyway?
I might be able to help in some way.
Huh.
I'm from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center.
And what the heck is that, eh?
Well, there's been something strange happening around Kurosawa-san recently. It seems someone who looks just like him is up to no good.
Oh, well, if this is serious talk, that's pretty laughable.
It's true, there was evidence of that intruder in the CEO office too. And I saw it too, or its shadow, so we're pretty sure it's real.
Shish! There's a reality show or something.
Could we ask you your name, please?
Ayaka, Yuya's girlfriend. And what's he doing inviting girls to his place anyway? He did this before too, and we had a huge fight, and I haven't forgiven him yet.
Oh, I'm just here for work. Nothing to worry about. Nothing.
Nothing to worry about, eh? You're weird. What was your name again?
Azami Fukurai?
Okay then, Zamzam, what you need?
Zamzam? Aika-san, strange things have been happening around Kurosawa-san recently. We're worried about his safety. Maybe you could be in danger too.
Oi, wait, that's not so funny. Wait, you serious?
Very serious. Kurosawa-san might have told you. The messages you received were probably from his doppelganger.
Huh? So those nonsense texts he sent me the other day weren't from Yuya on booze, but from someone else?
We believe so, yes. I'd like to ask you something else about the doppelganger.
What?
Have you ever talked to him over the phone directly?
Nah, nope. Just those DMs.
I see, just his messages. Maybe it's true that doppelgangers don't talk. Could you tell us in detail what you experienced?
Like a few days ago, Yuya DMs me. First I thought, who the heck is this he usually calls, but hey.
I see, it was from Kurosawa-san's actual account. Hey Aika, remember when you came to my place? Is this it? Looks like he was asking something.
It was super creepy, got on my nerves after a while, so I deleted most of it.
Ah, well, that explains it. What was he asking you about?
Like, something about that hard drive in Yuya's room.
A hard drive?
I asked him about it too, said something about a black box-like drive or whatever. I said, how should I know about that? It's your room, don't ask me.
Yeah, true.
Right? So I figured something was up and came to check. If those DMs were from an imposter, I don't get what's going on.
I'll recheck with Kurosawa-san about this. Alright, so let's go talk to the man himself, but we're gonna add the girlfriend to the case board. Aika-san is Kurosawa-san's girlfriend and was at his place when we arrived. Why did she suddenly come there? Because of messages from an imposter? Yes, she received fake messages through Kurosawa-san's hacked account, so she came over to check. I'm surprised that someone could hack his account. Can't be easy. What kind of super hacker could pull that off? Alright, so let's go talk to the man himself.
I didn't think the doppelganger would try to contact Aika. I've briefed my housekeeper, so kindly talk to both of them.
Understood. Well, I have done.
Excuse me? May I ask about what happened yesterday?
Ah, yeah, sure. When I got home last night, the housekeeper looked at me funny and said she thought I'd already come home. I had no idea what she meant, but when I came to this room,
the doppelganger was there.
Exactly, looked just like me. Except the eyes, they were just sockets without eyeballs in them. I just stood there in shock and he took off.
I see. Have you noticed anything unusual since you saw the doppelganger? Like a massive headache or something?
Haha, you're thinking I might die because I met my doppelganger.
Oh, you know about that.
Nothing seems wrong with my health. That reminds me, you met my secretary yesterday, right?
Kiyomoto-san, you mean?
Yes, she seems to have skipped work today without permission. Our HR tried to call her, but she's not picking up.
Huh?
Our staff is looking for her. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Kiyomoto-san has met the doppelganger, so... Is this because of the doppelganger too? Oh dear. About the messages that Aika-san received.
Oh yeah, those.
They weren't from you, right?
Of course not. My account got hacked. It happens. I've taken measures to fix the situation.
I see. So does that mean the doppelganger was using your account?
I don't know who the culprit was, but this is embarrassing as a tech company's CEO.
Have you noticed whether anything was stolen? Did you check the contents of your safe?
I haven't checked thoroughly, so that is a possibility.
That safe is huge and stands out, so you might want to make sure.
Indeed. Actually, I'm a bit busy right now, so could you check the safe yourself?
What, me?
Yes, please. I should have contracts, watches, and some gold in there. Combination is 5666, so please go ahead.
Oh, understood. Isn't that careless of him, or does he have a reason? Kurosawa-san, did you know Tsutomu Kisaragi?
Why all of a sudden?
Well, I found a photo of you with Dr. Kisaragi in your trash can. Is that from when you were a student?
Well, yes, he was the advisor for a sports team I was in, back in uni.
So that's why.
But what does that have to do with this case? And why are you even searching through my garbage? I never asked you to do that.
Oh, right, I'm sorry.
I thought I'd thrown away all of those photos.
But why was the photo in the garbage?
Your guess is as good as mine. I noticed it lying around yesterday. To think that you'd dig that up.
It was lying around? So if it wasn't Kurosawa-san or the housekeeper, did the doppelganger leave it there? Why would it do that? Alright, well let's check the safe then, I guess. Is it really okay to open this? Let's see, 5666. It's open. How do I know if everything is here? Contracts, watches, actual gold bars? Yes, nothing has been stolen. I need to think things over a bit. The doppelganger who appeared at the CEO's office showed up at Kurosawa-san's place as well. Entered Kurosawa-san's room. Maybe to lie in wait for him himself?
Kurosawa-san did indeed encounter the doppelganger, yet it could have waited for him anywhere, including the entrance.
Which means there could have been a reason it was in Kurosawa-san's room.
It doesn't seem to have touched any of the valuables.
It had sent messages to Eika-san too. I wonder what it was trying to do. The goal seems to have been... does seem like to get the hard drive that was in Kurosawa's room connected to the cable. No? Yeah, that's what I just said. Right, okay, so these two are the wrong way round, I think. So that we'll do connected to the cable there and in Kurosawa's room. There we go. The goal seems to have been to get the hard drive connected to the cable in Kurosawa's room. Yeah, that must be it. I'm not sure what an HDD is. Judging from the messages Eika-san received, that must be it. Maybe I should ask Eika-san about exactly what an HDD looks like. Right, okay. Did I bother you again? Oh, what? Not done yet? The messages you received were probably sent by the doppelganger. Kurosawa-san's account didn't seem to have been hacked. Hacked? Yu Kurosawa, CEO of a tech company, getting hacked? What a loser! Oh, that's what it seems like. And who exactly is that doppel or whatever? An ex of yours? Ex? Well, it's more like a copy of the person. I don't get it, but this isn't a dumped ex trying to get back at Yu or something. Well, I don't know for sure. Is this not an occult case, but an angry ex case? Eika-san, about the HDD. Hey, I wouldn't know, Kay. Yes, but it would help to know what kind of shape it was. It was near the computer connected with a cable and around the size of a lunchbox. Oh, yeah. It was a black box with a sticker on it that said 5 or something. A 5? Not sure about that, but might be it. Kurosawa-san might recognize that. We should check in with him. By the way, do you know if any of Kurosawa-san's ex-girlfriends might know a lot about HDDs? How should I know? Of course, sorry. We talk to the housekeeper again, maybe. No, we're done with her for the time being. Okay. Got the computer. Okay, let's just talk to the dude. Could I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Kurosawa-san, do you know anything about an HDD? Something with a sticker with the number 5.
What?
Wait, he's really surprised.
What about it?
Seems like the doppelganger's goal was to get it. What does HDD stand for, by the way? Kurosawa-san? About the HDD?
Ah, well, HDDs are storage media. You can save a large amount of photos, music, or videos on them.
I see, then it might have had something stored on it that the doppelganger wanted, which is why it was stolen.
Would the Urban Myth Dissolution Center be able to recover it for me?
Well, I can't say for sure, at least not immediately.
Worst case, destroying the HDD works too. I would appreciate it if you could prevent the contents from leaking out.
I can't promise anything. So, figure out why the doppelgangster came here. The doppelganger seems to have stolen an HDD from Kurosawa-san's computer. Ah, HDD? Yeah, just the HDD without touching the gold bars or other valuables. Kurosawa-san even asked us to destroy it if we need to. Ah yeah, don't agree to it. Those requests lead to complaints later on. So, it came for the HDD. I wonder what's inside. Also, Kiyomoto-san, the secretary. She skipped work without saying anything and isn't answering. Could she be... Could meeting someone's doppelganger bring death to others as well? Kurosawa-san said his staff is looking for her, but I hope nothing's happened to her. Kurosawa-san and Honda-san, the housekeeper, have both met the doppelganger in this house. Hey, might not be safe. I'll go grab the van, so tell Kurosawa and the housekeeper to be on their guard. Understood. Get some rest, Sammy. We're on standby until Kurosawa updates us. Gotcha. Thank you, Jasmine. Oh, it's me. Okay. Well, it seems like that might be a good place to leave it for this time. I've just quickly checked the time of the video. That's over an hour. Not sure exactly how far through the case we are. And it looks like there might be something a little creepy about to go on down here. But thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that thumbs up button, that's always very much appreciated. Is there any comments you'd like to make as well? I mean, for this one, if you have any theories about the nature or identity of the doppelganger, I mean, that little cutscene was very creepy, obviously. Made me kind of think that there might be something supernatural going on, but then that never seems to be the case in these cases. So, you know, if you have any ideas at this stage, let me know. The housekeeper certainly seemed like she might be casing the joint looking to steal from him, but that might just be completely extraneous to the main thrust of what's going on here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. And if you're watching this and not yet subscribed to the channel, if you could do that as well, that'd be amazing. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.